Welcome to Year 3's Meet the Teacher. I'm Mrs Alston, 3VMA.
I'm Saxar, 3MA.
And then we have our teaching support staff, Miss Loha, who is a teaching assistant, Mrs Mitha, who is a teaching assistant, Mrs Mahmood, who is a teaching assistant, Mrs Bamber, who is our swimming and PE teacher, and Mrs Mitchell, who is our music teacher.
So our expectations of Year 3. So we have our 3 golden principles, which are resilient, ready and respectful, and the children should know them. We will explore these in more detail during our PSHEE lessons. Pupils will also be rewarded for displaying these golden principles on a daily basis through class charts, and pupils will be relied upon to be demonstrating these around school and being good role models to the younger children and to each other as well.
So our timetable, due to school arrangements, the timetables are flexible this year to allow us to teach the following: Maths 5 hours, English 5 hours, PSHE 1 hour, Humanities 5 hours across the half term, Science 5 hours across the half term, French, RE and Computing, and Art and DT. 1 week is dedicated during each half term, and then our fixed timetable slots are PE kits needed on Mondays, swimming is on a Friday, alternate weeks. Reading books and planners should be in every day, and spellings will be handed out and tested on a Monday. In our English, we focus in on writing and grammar. We'll look at a range of fiction and non-fiction texts. We'll look at grammar and punctuation in all writing. Children will need to learn to spell words correctly and write for a specific purpose. Weekly spelling tests are on a Monday, and if pupils are finding the spellings easy, they should practice using them in context by writing them in a sentence. Reading books will be changed each week, and reading books should always be in school every day. Within our writing, we'll focus on looking at presentation and organisation, clear objectives and success criteria for each lesson, and the handwriting needs to be used with correct letter formation and size, writing on the line, and use cursive handwriting. Within grammar, we'll look at knowledge and correct use of grammar, spoken and written, as this is a key part of our English lessons. And at the start of each English lesson, we'll have a grammar or punctuation focus. Children will then have the opportunity to apply their understanding in their English work in the lesson later on. Then finally, we've got reading and home reading, to apply and use root words, prefixes and suffixes, and read and decode further exception words, building on their knowledge from phonics in year 1 and 2. And then comprehension, to be able to use dictionaries, understanding what they're reading, be able to read a text and draw inferences such as characters, feelings and thoughts, and then predicting and summarising and retrieving information. We promote home reading with a positive attitude and interest to create a love for reading throughout school and home life. It is imperative that children read at home daily. Whilst listening to your child read, it's beneficial to ask questions in relation to the text, so have a discussion and enjoy the book together. We also have weekly visits to the library, and please sign your child's planner each time you read together at home.
Okay, so moving on to the maths. Maths is broken down into different areas. So we have our number and place value topic, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, fractions, measurement, geometry and statistics. So place value and times table are a high priority, so we encourage all the children to practice their times table daily, and they will have the year 4 test once they go into year 4, so it's really essential that they start practicing now. They'll be tested on their timetables weekly, and the expectations of the national curriculum are very high, so they need to be able to add and subtract fractions with common denominators, understand and count in tens, divide by 10 and 100, including with decimal answers, find perimeter and area of compound shapes, and solve time conversion problems. So these are all the things we're going to cover throughout all our topics throughout the year. Just some reminders, so swimming is on a Friday, so children need to remember to have their kits. My class have swimming on a week A, and Miss Alton's class have swimming on a week B. Every Mondays we have Lamech, so they need to remember their kits. Reading book and planners, children need to be bringing in every day, so we can have a look at what they're reading at home as well. So all children must also have their own stationery, come to school with their coats, their water bottles. They should also be accessing TTRS, reading eggs and practicing their spellings at home as well. So thank you for listening. If you do have any questions throughout the year, then feel free to message myself or Miss Alston. Our email addresses are on the screen as well, and we will get back to you. Thank you.